So yun, ang bilisan niya. And syempre, subscribe kayo sa YouTube channel namin ni Joe, JTV, and sa Snot Talks.
Pati kay Eric.
Anyway, NA din.
Alright, great job and congratulations sa spot you. Now let's head on over to the press room to hear more from Coach Tim Cohn.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the post-game press conference. We are with the winning head coach of Barangay Ginebra San Miguel, Coach Tim Cohn. Coach, after what happened yesterday, was it difficult to push the players to inspire them into this big performance against Terrafirma?
No, it really wasn't because we knew we didn't play well last game, and I knew that they want to bounce back and come back on. We knew how important this game was for us. When we went into the San Miguel game, we talked about it was a twice-to-beat situation for us. We needed one of the two to win. And obviously you don't want to lose the first one because you don't know what's going to happen with the second one. But once we found out that it looked like we weren't going to win, we just really wanted to focus on this game. And so we went out and I thought we played with a real purpose tonight in terms of doing what we wanted to do, and because again, we knew how important this game was for us. We had to get one of these two. And it's been a tough week. I mean, we played 5 games in 7 days, and we finished 4-1 in those 5 games. And we knew, even back before the first of those 5 games, that if we could go 4-1, we would need to beat either Tex or San Miguel, one of the two. And to get to that #1 seed or assurance of the top 4 seed. So I think that after the Tex game, we were just so elated and happy to get that game that we didn't show up for the San Miguel game. Yeah, but we also knew we had that cushion to play today, and so we used that, and we were able to win tonight.
Coach Tim, a lot of the other teams still don't know where they're going to land, but you are guaranteed of the top spot. How big of an advantage is this for you?
Well, the good news is we're done, so now we got a few days to rest before the start of the playoffs, which I guess might be Friday or Saturday, I don't know what it is. From this down, we can use that to go ahead. We don't know who to prepare for. It could be anybody at number 8. So, we have to wait. It could be NLEX, it could be Rain or Shine. Really could be anybody at this point. So, so we're just gonna, we don't have any control over that. So really, it's all about just taking care of ourselves, making sure we're getting ourselves ready, making sure we're understanding the pressure of being the #1 seed. Kind of like when you're the #1 seed, everybody assumes you're gonna make it to the finals, and that's not always the case. And so you got to make sure that guys understand that that's a luxury to be #1, but it's no guarantee, and you got to make sure you work through it.
Now, our first Zoom question will be coming from Mr. Ruben Terrafirma.
Coach, good evening. What can you say about the response of the players in tonight's game, considering that there was a lot of talk about yesterday's match from the fans? I think they responded well to the criticism, should I say.
Well, I tweeted my whole approach to that basketball game, and I made it quite clear that that was our approach and that was the way we were going to go for it. And again, like I said earlier, we had a twice-to-beat situation. We needed to win 1 or 2 games, and I'd be kicking myself really, really badly right now if I had tried to come back in that basketball and use all of our best, our top players, and wore them out and then turned around and lost today. So again, we needed 1 win, and once I felt, once the coaching staff felt that we weren't going to have a real good shot at winning that game, because you got to remember, San Miguel was coming off a blowout loss, and they were going to come out, they lost by 35, 34 points the game before. We knew they were going to come out hard. And we had come off a tough game with Tex, and I just don't think that, we were mentally ready to play that basketball game. And again, that's on me. I got to get our guys mentally ready. And I was hoping that they would be mentally ready, but they weren't. And then I had to make that decision. It's a difficult decision. It's a decision I've made multiple times in my career. And it seems like every time I've made that decision in that way, I can hit on it. But, in the long run, the players are supposed to stay focused on that particular moment and play in that particular game and get themselves ready for that game. But the coaching staff, they have to see a bigger picture. They have to see the risk and reward that goes on in playing. And so we felt the risk was too great to go and lose this basketball game and now drop all the way down to 5 or 6 and lose our twice to big advantage. So that was a call we had to make. We made it early. As it turned out, if I may say now, it's the right call. We're number 1 seed. We're where we want to be. We're going into playoffs healthy and fresh, and we feel we have a shot at it.
Sir Ruben?
He's frozen.
I'll ask a question, Coach. Just a general assessment of your team's performance. You went into this without your big man in Greg Slaughter. Eli Tenorio was coming off an operation before joining the bubble. The whole pandemic situation happened. Just how proud are you with the work that your entire team put in here in the eliminations?
Well, that's what I told him. Actually, I just said that to him before the game. I said, I'm just so proud to get yourself in this situation where you can come down to the last play day and have a chance to be the number 1 seed. And all the things we went through. And I'm not saying we're the only team that went through this stuff. A lot of teams went through it that had their own situations. So, but I just like the way we battled. We like the way LA came back and Lee battled through his surgery. Javelin was late to come in. We had some guys that were really not in very good shape, and they had to really, really push hard to get ready in a very, very short time and risk injuries. We got a lot of guys and heavy painkillers. We got a lot of veterans on our team, so we have to be careful. You hear that term load management, and it's not usually something that I worry about throughout the whole year. We just try to do certain things that we've been doing for 30 years to keep our load management right. But this is a totally different situation in the bubble. Playing 5 games, 2 back-to-backs in 7 days. There's just so much risk to the players, and you really have to be smart about it from the coach. The players are trusting you as a coach to make the right decisions for them. And as soon as someone gets injured or whatever, the guy that feels the worst is the head coach because he didn't manage it well. So, this is what we had to battle all the way through. All the teams had to battle it, and they found a way to come out number 1 seed, which is amazing to me.
Coach, thank you for your time, and once again, congratulations to you and the rest of Barangay Ginebra San Miguel.
Great, thank you.
Congrats,